What is up with it? We got some big Pokemon news that I want to talk about today. So, it's Pokemon Day, and during the Pokemon Presents, we got confirmation of a new game coming in 2025, that being a new Pokemon Legends game, Pokemon Legendsz-a. So, look, I've been a little bit critical of especially modern-day Pokemon on this channel before, okay? I may or may not have accused the franchise of being a completely and utterly creatively drained battery, but I did go into some hopes I have for the future of this franchise, and this one trailer alone already fulfills a couple of those wishes, so let's get into it. The trailer opens with some sort of blueprints laying out an urban redevelopment plan for the city. Which city is covered up, but it is later to be revealed Lumiose City from the Kalos region, aka Gen 6. The next screen simply says, a vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. Then we get some blueprints drawing out the buildings and people of Lumiose City and a Pikachu. Then the art style of this trailer drastically shifts. We go from looking at blueprints that seem to be laying out the foundations of this city to a much more futuristic Tron-style look of Lumiose. As we go flying around the city, we just see tons of Pokemon and people that do seem to be pretty beautifully coexisting. The city we're looking at is then revealed to be Lumiose. Boom! Title reveal, Pokemon Legendsz-a is coming out in 2025. And then with one more banger of a reveal before the trailer ends, they show a Mega Stone, all but confirming that what may have been the coolest addition to Pokemon ever is returning. And there's one more very interesting detail that seems to have only been confirmed on Nintendo's Twitter page, is that the entirety of the game is going to take place in Lumiose City, which is a huge departure for Pokemon games, as they're typically kind of pitched as a big region-sprawling adventure. Okay, but anyway, right off the bat, there are a few things that I really like about this trailer. I really like that they're doing another Legends game. If Pokemon Legends is just gonna mean Pokemon, games where we actually try new and different things, then I think that's awesome. Now I know which Pokemon games to get excited for just by looking at the title. Secondly, the game is coming out in 2025, which felt like a pretty long development time when I first saw that, but it's actually pretty standard. Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet came out in 2022, with Scarlet and Violet getting DLC up until January of 2024. So a 3-year development cycle for Legendsz-a really isn't that far from the norm. And lastly, right off the bat of just watching the trailer, I really like that Mega Evolutions are coming back. Even if I know Game Freak like I think I know Game Freak and they're just gonna disappear again right after this game, I'll take one more game with it, damn it. Okay, now let's take a little bit of a deeper look at this trailer, because I'm not exactly sure what the hell's going on. So, the first Legends game, Legends Arceus, took place far away in the past, right? So the kind of natural assumption would be that this game is going to take place in the past too, right? Well, I'm not too sure. First of all, let's look at the logo. It's quite a bit different than the Legends Arceus logo. It doesn't really scream old to me like the previous one does with the whole paintbrush stroke style it had. No, the Z to A actually looks very sleek and modern to me in design. Then let's go back to the beginning of this trailer and look at what those initial title cards had to say. Urban redevelopment plan and a vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. Well, I don't think that gets us a whole lot closer to understanding the time frame here, as that kind of can be applied either way. This could be in the distant past, before Lumiose City was as big and grand as it is today, as these plans could be the first steps taken towards achieving that. This could even be right after the war mentioned in X and Y that took place 3,000 years ago, and we could get a closer look at the aftermath of that. And who was a key player in that very same war? Our boy AZ, who is surely going to be a key player in this game. I mean, look, his name's in the title. But then what if this game takes place in the future? I mean, why would they show this Tron futuristic style for most of the trailer if the game actually takes place thousands of years ago? Well, good point. I don't know. For all we know, this game could take place so far in the future that Pokemon and humans don't live harmoniously anymore. It's been a minute since I played X and Y, so I couldn't remember if there were many Pokemon in Lumiose City in that game, so I watched this guy explore there, and the only Pokemon I saw was this Furfrou. So maybe that's the redevelopment plan, to get more Pokemon in here. And we already know Lumiose City was at one point developed into the city that we already know, so this redevelopment plan might make more sense if it were in the future. But yeah, I don't know, let me know what you think. Are we getting GTA Pokemon in the big city? At the very least, Mega Evolutions are back. Oh, they're finally back. I have been waiting for this, man.